What's up, YouTube? I'm back in the still standing garage, and today I'm gonna be working on the 78 Monte. I'm gonna replace the turn signal switch here. The left side doesn't work on this one. Right side works, not a problem. Just the left side doesn't stay on. It signals if I hold it like this, but I want it to stay. I want it to work properly. So I do have the replacement part right here. This is the part number right here. Let me see if I can show you that right there. So this turn signal switch is only for the cars that don't have a cornering light. So the difference there is, for example, on the Regal here, I had to replace the turn signal switch on this one as well a while back. It has the light right here on the fender, so that's what it means by a cornering light. The only ones out of the third gen Montes that require a different turn signal switch is the 80, because the 80 has a light on the fender over here. So let's get this going. Let me start taking off things. Let's go. First things first, remove the pad right here for the steering wheel. It's going to be a 7mm socket to take these off. These are the type of screws that it has in there. Have to unplug the horn. This piece right here, and just twist and it comes off like that. And there it is. Set this off to the side. Now time to remove this spring that's right here. The snap ring pliers. Simple as that right there. Now we got to remove the nut. This is going to be a 13/16 socket. Usually not on there too tight. I've already removed this before, so it should be easy. And there it is. Set that off to the side. Now time for the steering wheel puller. That's how we're going to remove the steering wheel. It's good to have this tool. I'll put a link in the description if you guys need to get one. I've used it so many times. Gotta make sure those are on there good. And there it is. Set this off to the side. Now for this cover right here, it has these slots right here. Right there, and that's what holds them on there, or holds this plastic on there. You just stick a screwdriver in there and kind of pop it off. See if I could do it one hand with the camera over here. But that's pretty much how it comes off. If I could get it, let me see. There it goes. And then we'll pop this one over here like that. That's what that looks like right there. Then we got to use another tool, which comes very, very handy. Have a lot of stories on when we used to take off these steering wheels, to take off this ring right here. It was crazy because I had to have two people pushing it down, and then I was over there with the screwdriver trying to take off that ring right there. But there's actually a tool for it that makes it way easier, and one person could do it. I'll show you that right now. So this tool right here, game changer right here when it comes to taking off that ring right there. Look at that. I'll put a link in the description for this one as well if you guys need that. All it does is put it in here. This threads on to the tip right here, that bolt that sticks out. Screw that on there, make sure it's on there all the way. Once you put that in there, this wing nut helps you push the ring all the way down, or this plate down, enough to where you could take off the ring under there. I'll show you that right now so you can see. Let me see. Alright, so you see how it's pushing down on it? Now I have enough room right there to take off that ring. And that ring is the only thing holding this plate down. So this is slotted, and that ring sits inside of that slot. And that's what keeps the ring from coming off. But this tool right here, game changer. Like I said, I never knew about this. I had to have two people pushing it down, and then another person trying to take off that ring. It took a long time. Look, with this, I just did it in less than 2 minutes. So let's pop off that ring right there real quick. Bring that out. Alright, that ring is off. Now I can back off this wing nut here, and it releases the plate so we can have access to that turn signal switch. Now we can take off the tool. Set it off to the side. This is a ring that was on there holding that plate. Now we can take off the plate, put it off to the side. Don't lose that ring. Take off that horn switch. Set that off to the side. And now we have access to the turn signal switch. A very old turn signal switch too. As you can see, it doesn't work. It works for that side, but not this side. So let's start taking this off. There's some screws. So you have the screw right there that holds the lever. This lever here. Then you have one screw there, one there. And there should be another one hiding in the back somewhere. Oh, up here. There you go. That one right there. That one right there. Take those off and it loosens everything up. And then we got to go underneath. All right, let's remove this one first. Just take this one off. It's like a little cam for the lever. Set that off to the side. Now let's remove this one. I forgot to remove the spring. Put this off to the side. And this should be loose already. Unless there's another one. Nope, there's no other one. And there it is. Oh, I forgot to take this off the hazard switch. Gotta take that off. It has a Phillips head screw in there. Gotta remove that. Don't lose it. Set it off to the side. I think this one's broken. I'll probably have to buy another one. See how it's cracked right there? It's cracked all the way at the top. Alright, set this off to the side. It is free now. So now we gotta go down there, take off all the stuff down there, disconnect it from the bottom. Alright, I already went ahead and I removed the cover that's here, which is that one right there. Gotta remove that. And then down here, that's the plug right there for the turn signal switch. And the one thing I have to do is I gotta remove this bracket right here. I'm going to remove those bolts first, those 4 bolts, and then I'm gonna remove the 2 nuts and remove the whole bracket. And what that's gonna do, it's gonna pretty much give me room to push that whole cable, that whole switch, all the way out, all the way through the column, and it's gonna come out through the top over here. So let me show you that real quick. So right now I'm pushing the column up to not have too much tension on these nuts so I can take them off, because if I let it go, you can see how it holds tension there, and I don't want that. Holding it up makes it easier to take off these nuts. And there it is. So you can see this right here, and this is where the cables are running through. It's like a sleeve protector almost for these wires here. In order to unplug it, you gotta pretty much take it off this black part right here. The white part is what we need to come off, and it needs to go back inside of here. All right, let me see if we can get this out without breaking anything. There it is. It's off now. Set that off to the side. I gotta take it off the bracket right here. So on my Regal, the plug was actually off this bracket, and the reason for it is because I have so much and so many wires, so much stuff down here. So I had my alarm installers, which I'll never pay anybody else to do anything to my cars. They just created a mess. Anyways, let me try to take this off of here. It's on there. And there it is. It didn't break, it just came off of it. So now with this, you have to straighten it out pretty much like this, because it has to go through the column, and with all these kinks in it, it's gonna make it that much more harder. It's so difficult to try to get it in there. So I'm trying to straighten it out as much as possible. We could take off this sleeve right here. So this sleeve actually hugs the nut where those bolts go on for that bracket right here. I don't think you guys can see that right there, but let me pop it off without ripping it. There it is. Now we can slide it out like that, and then we just have to put the new one in through there too. You see how it was in there? So that's pretty much what this sleeve looks like right there. There you go, set that off to the side. And I think we could go back to the top now. Let me try to straighten it out as much as I can. I'll do that off camera so I don't waste time here. But straighten it out as much as possible because it needs to go in there freely, hopefully. Go all the way through. Some people say cut it. I would cut it, but I don't know. I don't feel like cutting it. People have told me that before. Just cut it, you're not going to use it anymore, but I don't want to. I want to do it the right way. It's just the way I am, I guess. You can even see right here. Let me show you. Let me see if I can show you. Turn off this light so it doesn't mess up the glare here. There you go. So you see if I push it, you see? But if I push it or try to pull it up here, it's not as easy as it trying to come out. You can see that right there. So you have to guide it, you have to play with it and until you're able to get it in there, straighten it out over and over and over, and try to get it out and pop it out. Cutting it will be easy, but I want to take it out one piece, and then when I put the new one in there, it's gonna have to go the same way, straighten it out. Let's go. All right, let's see if we can guide it in there. Try to get it through this right here without any problems. Let's use our flashlight. Where's our flashlight over here? See if I can see it in there. All right, with the screwdriver, let me see if I can guide it. It looks like it's coming. And there it is. All one piece. Didn't have to cut it. Took less than 5 minutes. Ready to go. And that's what it looks like right here. This piece right here is your buzzer. So when your key's in the ignition, it reminds you that your key's in the ignition, it buzzes. So if your buzzer's not working, if you already checked the buzzer down there under the dash, it might be this switch right here that needs to be replaced. And also, this is a great time to show you how to replace the ignition switch. So let me actually show you that. Let me pull out this piece right here. You could actually pull it out with needle nose pliers or your fingers like that. This one looks pretty busted, very old. That's what these look like. I've seen these everywhere. Pep Boys, AutoZone, O'Reilly's, they have them everywhere, so you can replace those no problem. So you see that slot right there? That slot right there is what's holding the ignition switch in there. It won't come out. So if you grab a screwdriver and you push that, let me see if I can do this with one hand. Record with one and then pull it with the other. So let me see. Pull it out. You heard that snap? That snap right there was the actual button. So there it is. Now you get to replace your ignition switch, no problem. So the button we were pushing right now through that slot is this one right here. And then the button down here, this one, is what activates that buzzer. So in order to put in a new buzzer, at least for me right now, I don't know if it's because it's just this car or it's old, I have to put in this buzzer first, the switch first, and then the ignition switch after, or else I won't be able to put it back in. So it's pretty much as simple as that to replace it. Now let's put the new ignition switch here. Kind of gotta wiggle it in there. There it is. And then it pops in there and it won't come out anymore. And there it is. So let's get to the new turn signal switch. Let's go. All right, let's try to put this one in. Try to kind of bend the wires a little bit, or I guess straighten them out, so that way this goes in there pretty smooth through that hole I showed you earlier. Pretty much want to get an idea of how it goes. So if it goes like this, gotta make sure we run it this way, like so. So let me put that in through there. Hopefully it doesn't get stuck. That's the last thing we want, is for it to get stuck, and then it's a done deal. So let me see. Actually, it needs to go like this. Yeah, it actually goes like this. So it has to go this way. So push the wires all together, straighten that out, slide it through the hole, push it in through there. See if we could guide it through somehow. Let me see, it doesn't want to go. Come on. Let's see, we gotta push it in there with the screwdriver. And there it goes, it's going, it's going, it's going. going. Seems like it's getting stuck on something here. Let me see, maybe if I straighten out the damn steering wheel or the column here, might help out. Maybe that will help. Yeah, because I can't feel it over here. That's going to be a problem. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I feel it. It's coming out right here. You feel the tip of it. Push it in all the way. It's as easy as that, I guess. Easy money. And then, since this one's kind of new, the wires need to be like, these wires need to be bent out a little bit or bent in, because it kind of rubs on the thing, on the column here. So I just gotta push it in to where it needs to go. So now all I gotta do is put on the screws here, put it in there, put the cam back on for the lever here, and then we'll go down there and I'll show you how everything goes back on. All right, now that we're down here, I'm gonna slide all the cables back into the sleeve right here. I'm supposed to slide in there. If I could actually get them in. There it is, like that. There it is. They're in there. Sliding it through. Make it hug those nuts again. There it is. This one right here, this wire right here is my cruise control, which I removed. I actually made a video on that if you guys want to check that out. But this one just hangs around because I'm not using it anymore. And then this is gonna go, which way was it? Was it go like this? No, it actually goes like this. So it might be a little long here, but it's all right. We're gonna make it fit right here. And let's see, we'll plug it in. Pretty much goes like this. There you go. Let me see. Pop it in like so, and then it'll go on the bracket here. I'm always wanting to put everything back how the factory made it. Like my Regal, like I said, it bothered the crap out of me that these guys didn't put it back the way that it was supposed to go on there. There it is, and it pretty much goes like that. This will just make it hug the column here like so. And that should be solid right there. And then put on the bracket over here. On my Regal, I was afraid of pinching wires because of the bracket, how it was going on there. It was going to run a lot of the cables, and I was afraid of possibly pinching something over here. So put this back on over here. Where's my other nut? There it is. Yeah, with the Monte over here, there's not so much crap down here like that one, so I have to worry about pinching any wires over here. You know what, let me put these nuts in there so I don't tighten stuff up and then these don't go in there anymore, which will be a problem. So I mean, this bracket needs to actually go forward a little like that, so these could go in there. And it's tight, ready to go. Let's go back to the top. I'm gonna put the cover back on right here and let's get back to the top. All right, let's test it out before we put everything back together. So left side's good, right side's good. We're good. Time to put it back together. Put the spring back on over here. Spring the cam for the horn, canceling cam for the horn. And then we got the plate over here. This one here. Slides in there, and then we got to use the tool to push this down and then put that ring back on. Got to remember to put the ring on first before we start using the tool, or else we can't put it on because the tool's going to get in the way. You want to thread this on as much as possible, because if it only catches a couple of the threads, you might start stripping stuff, and that's not what you want. And with our flathead screwdriver, push it all the way down. Keep pushing all the way down. Let's get in there. You're gonna hear it snap. Hopefully you can hear it. Let me see. As soon as it goes into that groove, it'll snap in. And there it is. It's in there. Just want to make sure. Let's see. Push it down just a little bit more, just to make sure. There it goes. It's in there. So now we can let this go. And it should stay in there with no problems, like so. There it is. Now we got to put on our cover here. Let me see. This one will go in like this. Pop it in there. I want to see if I can get a new one of these. This one looks pretty busted. Let's throw on the steering wheel. Gotta line up the cam here with the hole that's right here. The steering wheel has a hole. Has to go in there, and be careful not to turn the steering wheel as you're trying to push it in, because if you do that, you're gonna break the cam. Ask me how I know. There it goes. Put on our nut here. Let's put on our snap ring over here with our snap ring pliers. Like so. Let's put this back on. Look how clean that looks. That chrome piece right there. I'm gonna drop a video on this, so check it out on how to install these right here. It makes a big difference. Mine didn't have it before. Look how clean that looks. Completes the steering wheel. Gotta put this in the horn hole over here, so that way it actually activates the horn. So this one, it's hard to show you guys, but you gotta push it in and you twist, and that's what keeps it inside of there. And see how it doesn't come out? Kind of difficult to show you because my hands get in the way there. Put the screws back on. And there it is. Nice and clean. Look at that. Big difference. I obviously need to redo the interior, but I want to keep this steering wheel. I still need to clean it up some more. There's still some black there from when I painted it before. So it is what it is, but it's a lot cleaner than what it was before. Looks real clean. Emblem's on point right there. Check it out. Hell yeah. Let's keep it moving. G-body's still standing. Let's go.